You're most welcome. Among the resolutions that were agreed upon yesterday by the Cabinet included resumption of tourism activities within the country. What special measures or initiatives have you put in place for this development?
Yes, as you rightly mentioned, within the resolutions that were taken by the Cabinet yesterday include restarting tourism activities, mainly visitations to the parks and also some other natural attractions. And as this happens, we keep making sure that we give priority to the safety and protection against the COVID-19 to all of the tourists who will be visiting the parks and other attractions. So if I can come back to the measures, when it comes to international tourists or visitors, the flights that will be coming in are only charter flights. These are mainly, private jets or people, a group of people from a specific country who can take, a charter flights and come for the purpose of tourism activities. Number one, they have to undergo a test within 72 hours of, prior to the visit, which they can take in their respective countries, but from a recognized or certified ISO lab, and then we'll be sending their results beforehand, so they have to test negative. That's number one. Number two, 48 hours prior to the visit, especially if you talk about the parks with the primates, they've been talking about the Nyungwe National Park and also Volcano National Park. Within those 48 hours, be international tourists, be domestic tourists, they also have to test negative from COVID-19. So some of the measures that have been in place, if you are local and you want to visit, you need to purchase permits or a ticket to visit that park or natural attraction, and then you present that ticket to a testing center. There is a center that has been set up at Petista, closer to Amahoro Stadium, and then you undergo that tests, and then from there you'll be able to visit Volcano National Park or Nyungwe National Park. And then we also have specific measures. For example, if you are visiting Akajia National Park, if you have a car, the tires, and we have to undergo some disinfection to make sure that if there is any virus that was on the tires is removed. And then we also will keep making sure that those who use public transport vehicles, those which are dedicated to tourism activities, they also respect all of these social distancing measures that have been put in place by the Rwanda Utility Regulatory Authority.
In the international visitors that are supposed to take a test 72 hours prior to the journey, when they get here, they won't be quarantined for a specific time?
No, that aspects of quarantine won't be happening to these tourists. The only thing that will be happening when they arrive, and if they have to undergo a test upon arrival, there are some dedicated places, like hotels. They would be waiting as they wait for the results, because a test can, depending with the lab and everything, can take up to 5 to 8 hours. So within those hours, as they await for the results, they'll be kept at a specific dedicated place, and then from there they can continue with the visitation activities.
Now, while most countries' borders are still closed off, meaning we won't probably get a lot of international visitors, what are we doing to promote domestic tourism? Are there any incentives to kickstart the tourism sector again as we wait for other countries to open up?
Yes, there are quite a number of promotion measures that have been worked on. We have worked on a domestic promotion strategy, domestic tourism promotion strategy, where the prices have been slashed for Rwandans and also foreign residents who are in Rwanda. If I can give you a specific example, for gorillas, normally a ticket goes at $1,500 to be able to visit the gorillas. But for now, if you're Rwandan and you want to visit, between now up to December, the permits will be costing $200 only. That's number one. Number two, if you are also a foreign resident who is in Rwanda with the work permits and you want to visit within that particular period that I've mentioned, you also be able to purchase a gorilla permits at $500 only. Moreover, we have put in place specific packages and discounts. If you are a corporation and you want to take your employees to go and see, visit some parks, the prices will be slashed by 10%. Also, if you look at, families, we also have packages for families. If you have family, spouses with their kids, but who are, of course, from 15 years of age, we also will be providing 15% as a discount. And then, last but not least, if you are a tour operator and you're buying permits, even if you can be one, which you can again resell to your clients, to the tourists, you will also be eligible to a 15% discount. So we are really encouraging Rwandans and the people who live in Rwanda to take this advantage, to take this opportunity and visit different places, take opportunity, stay there in hotels. They are really promotional packages that we are working on in conjunction with the members of the private sector to be able to give a great experience to the tourists, international and domestic, but also at the same time making sure that they are COVID-19 safe or free.
These the same packages, the same as the endorsements that the tour operators were talking about, and how are you then working with the tour operators in promoting this tourism?
Yeah, we've been working with tour operators in terms of putting the packages together. For example, as mentioned, if you are a tour operator and you're purchasing, permits, you'll be eligible for that 15% discount. So what we've been really working on to do is to have packages. For example, if you want to visit, let's say, gorillas, and then you spend a couple of nights in Musanze, or you want to visit Kagera National Park, you spend some nights in the hotels there, you also be eligible to a discount. So we've been really working on a specific packages. We've dedicated promotional budgets on that. We've been really providing these specific incentives to the tour operators so that they can also be able to extend those discounted packages to the Rwandans and also the people who are in Rwanda or who are coming outside Rwanda to be able to visit the different tourist attractions.
Absolutely. We do thank you so much for taking your time to speak to us this evening.
Most welcome.